Well, hey, what's going on, people? Your boy, man, Mike, coming at you guys with yet another Atlanta Falcons video, man. Haven't done a live video in quite some time, but this is a bit of a rant. I just had to say this, and I have to say this. It's because there is a belief amongst a ton of Atlanta Falcons fans is that something is new. Something is new. New concepts, new offenses, new defenses. All these things are new. There's no such thing as new concepts. There's no such thing as new defense. There's no such thing as a coach coming in and doing something new. Newsflash, people, everything has been done. You're not going to fool anyone. There's nothing new. All these guys like Lincoln Riley with these air raid offenses. Guess what, people? If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan, you know this for a fact. If you're an Atlanta Falcons fan and you know your history with offenses, the air raid offenses is nothing more than a run and shoot. Yeah, it's nothing more than a run and shoot. A lot of these concepts have been used. Everything that you're seeing right now, the Falcons has done this before. As far as these air raid offenses, this is not new. I hate to bring it to you, but it's not new, people. And this is the thing that drives me insane. Like, you believe that these things are new. Why? Because a lot of these guys are younger, and a lot of these terms have changed. They just switch a couple of, words, the verbiage, called it this and called it that. But technically, a lot of these offenses, a lot of these schemes are exactly the same. These are nothing different. I dare you to go look at your history of the Atlanta Falcons run and shoot. Go look at the CFL and a lot of their concepts. This is nothing new, people. Air raid, CFL, a lot of these quote unquote offenses that putting up 40, 50 points in college, putting up a ton of yards in the NFL. It's the same exact stuff. And it drives me insane to see people on social media, these guys truly believe in their heart of hearts that this is new. Sorry to break it to you, people. We got to do a better job of educating ourselves. We have to do a better job at educating ourselves. We have people in the media, people who write for certain websites, who are privileged to see a lot of this stuff, to do research. And they're giving you false information like we're going to get a new and exciting offense. Not so fast. False information. False information. False information. No, you're not getting anything new. Just look at Bill Belichick. How many times did this dude change his philosophy year after year after year after year? These guys have been running 4 or 5 receivers since the beginning of Tom Brady's career. And somehow, we think this is new. Somehow, people think this is new. I don't know how. I don't know how people really, truly believe in their heart of hearts that these concepts are absolutely new. It's not new. The West Coast offense was Kyle Shanahan. I'm going to bust your bubble here, people. Like, Kyle Shanahan is a genius. Kyle Shanahan is a student of the game. What he's running in San Francisco right now is extensions of the triple option. He's doing a lot of deception, a lot of movement, a lot of player movement to get guys open, like Tim Coleman. He's using a lot of deception. This is what Paul Johnson has been doing for years. Paul Johnson, Georgia Tech, former head coach, who's running that triple option. Just go look at the film. A lot of these concepts are not new. It's a student of the game. And this is what really irritates me is this because guys just don't do their research. And they truly believe that a lot of these things are brand freaking new. It's not. On a touchdown to Tevin Coleman, he did a great job of using receivers in motion, tight ends in motion, to create the illusion that is pretty much going to be a pitch or a reverse, and he hand the ball off to Tevin Coleman up the middle, goes for a big touchdown. Bruh, this is old concepts. This is exactly what the Army, Navy, triple option teams have been using this. Go back to Nebraska in the college days. It's all about deception. Kyle Shanahan is a student of the game. These concepts are not new, people. What we need to focus on as Falcons fans and students of the game is how will he adjust to what the current trend is? That is what makes a great, great coach. Not about his new offense. Not about passing for 300 yards every game. Not pass for 400 yards. This is not what's going to get it. That's not what's going to get it, people. It's about adjusting. And the Falcons have yet to learn how to adjust on the defensive side of the ball. Hell, on the offensive side of the ball. They just don't adjust well to trends. This is what getting Dan Quinn in a ton of trouble. Because he doesn't know how to adjust. The greatest coaches of all time learn to adjust to current trend. And right now, the trend in the NFL is to spread everyone out, run the ball up the middle, use a mobile quarterback, use a lot of motion to try to get guys the ball. And that's what happens. Look on the defensive side of the ball. The current trend right now is what? 3-4, 4-3, multifaceted defenses. You think a multifaceted defense is new? No, people. 5-2, 3-4. It all depends on learning how to adjust. This is why Bill Belichick has won 6 NFL championships. Because his ability to adjust to the current trend. He's a master of adjustments. The master of adjusting. Wade Phillips. These guys are 70 years old and they're still in the NFL game. And yet we have a following of people. I kind of set you guys up with the polls earlier today. I kind of set you guys up for it. Because a lot of people think this is new. I ask you, why wouldn't Rex Ryan be a good head coach for the Atlanta Falcons? And a lot of you guys said his schemes are outdated. Fell right into the trap. What's good, Corey, man, Mike, Casey, All you guys in there, man, I appreciate it. Fell right into the trap. You think a 4-3 is new? Get it. You think a 4-3 is new? No, it's not new. You think a 34 or 5-2, 3-3-5, 4-2, you think all of these schemes are new? You think using a 300-pound, 340-pound defensive tackle, 300-pound defensive end, blitzing, zone blitzing, sending safeties, sending cornerback blitz. You think this is new? No, people, it's not new. Nothing is new, people. These are the oldest concepts in the book. This has been going on for years, decades, before I was born. And yet we still think this is new. Concepts in the NFL will continue to revolve over and over and over again. It's how you learn to adjust as a head coach to the current trend. How do you come back to the current trend? That's where it is. That's where everything is. That's where it matters. That's how you win in the NFL. It's learning how to maximize the talent that you have. That's what this is about, Falcons fans. This is where coaches win championships. This is how you win championships. It's learning how to use the talent that you currently have and not sticking to a particular scheme. Because this is what getting the Atlanta Falcons in a lot of trouble. They absolutely refuse to run the ball. They pass the ball 50 times a game. They're just going to make Matt Ryan and make teams adjust. No, Falcons. You got to learn how to set up the run. You have to learn how to set up the pass. Learn how to maximize the talent that you currently have. And right now, the Falcons are doing an atrocious job of doing it. Dan Quinn wants to run his cover 3. And teams are eating it alive. Sometimes you have to get aggressive. Sometimes you have to play cover 2. Sometimes you have to play cover 1. Sometimes you have to blitz. And the Falcons do not want to adjust. That's the problem. All these schemes are nothing new. The concepts are nothing new. It's all about the coaching. When to stay in it, when to go away from it. That's where the money is. If teams are going to stack the box with 8, 9 players, are you still going to try to run the ball? Or are you going to spread them out and try to force them out of the box? These are the things that win championships for the Atlanta Falcons. These are what wins championships for a lot of teams. This is what lost the Rams the Super Bowl. Because he absolutely refused, Sean McVay absolutely refused, and had no idea how to adjust when Bill Belichick took away 1, the running game, and 2, Jared Goff. He had no idea how to combat that. That's how he lost. 13-3 Super Bowl. Because these guys did not know how to adjust. Football is all about adjustments, people. And I'm saying everybody want Lincoln Riley because he's the new thing. He's the new kid on the block with a air raid offense. And we look at Cliff Kingsbury, see what he's doing with Arizona. Said the same thing about Baker Mayfield. I made a couple of videos about Baker Mayfield. I told you guys, just wait. Wait till the NFL catches up to what he's doing. And Baker Mayfield has no idea when a blitz is coming, if a blitz is coming. This dude is absolutely seeing ghosts right now because he has no idea what defenses are doing to him. After a rookie year where he was just tearing the league up, Mayfield is absolutely clueless on what to do. And this is about adjusting as players, adjusting as coaches. Can you adjust? That's where the money is. So this is what it's about. This is why guys like Dan Quinn continuously get fired because they stay too long in a concept that absolutely does not work. Because everyone in the league knows how to beat that Seattle covered three. Everybody knows how to beat it. It's not going to work. You have to adjust. And I'm saying this all over. Everybody wants the new kid on the block until the new kid on the block doesn't work anymore. Fell right into the trap. You guys fell right into the trap. Exactly. Exactly what I wanted. I don't get it. I don't know what's the fascination with just I want the guy with the who's gonna put up the big numbers, who's gonna put up the big the big yards, and we're gonna pass for 300 yards a game, and we're gonna rush for 100 yards a game, and we still can't score more than 20 points a game. Like everybody wants the big yards and the big numbers, but you still can't win a game. You still can't score points. This is what everybody wants. But this is what's been really bothering me today. It's really been getting next to me. See this over and over again. I see people all over social media saying that, they don't want a guy like Bill, they want a Bill Belichick, that his philosophy is not outdated. That you don't want a Rex Ryan, and Rex Ryan is outdated. Rex Ryan defense is outdated. Have you guys did any of your homework? Some of the top defenses in the league right now are running exactly what Rex Ryan has been doing for years. Mixing coverages, sending multiple blitzes from different types of formations. This is what Rex Ryan has been doing. You know that team who beat the New England Patriots? Baltimore? I made the video earlier. Yeah, that guy. The defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens. Guess who that guy? Guess whose staff he was on? Yeah, Don Martindale was on bing, 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 Rex Ryan's staff. He using Rex Ryan's philosophy, Rex Ryan's concepts. They work, Falcons fans. Falcon fans, they work. I don't give a damn about who do you don't like. Don't care. This is about winning championships. And the best guys in the NFL don't give a damn about what fans think. The best coaches in the history of the NFL don't give a damn about who you like as a fan. They don't care about fans. They don't care about who you want if you like Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick is not thinking about you guys. He's trying to win, and he knows what wins. And adjusting, being a complete asshole, yeah, that's what gets wins in the NFL. Being a complete asshole. Holding players accountable for terrible play. This guy just traded away Michael Bennett. He didn't conform to his way of doing things, he told Michael Bennett to get the hell on, and he sent him to Dallas for a seventh round pick. Don't care about what fans think. It's about all about winning, dog. Y'all need to stay off of ESPN. Stay away from ESPN. Whatever you get this information, you need to stay away from it. Because the truth of the matter is when it all comes down to it, guess what, people? These concepts are not new. Everything that you're seeing in the NFL, defensive wise, yeah, that guy called Rex Ryan, his defensive style is heavily influenced in this current NFL. Heavily influenced. A lot of concepts that he used, mixing coverages, cloud coverages, man zone, where he uses, where he has. This is a concept that I love for Rex Ryan. What he does a lot of man zone cloud coverage. On one side of the field, he will have a cornerback in zone and quarters and a quarter coverage. And on the flip side, he would have his best corner. And what he did a lot of this in New York with Darrelle Revis. He just let Darrelle Revis do his thing. And on one side of the field, guess what? He's in zone coverage, sending blitzes up the A gap, B gap. This guy has been doing this for years, and it works. Everything that you're seeing with the Patriots, go back and look at games against the Jets, Ravens, and Bill Belichick. Just go look at. You will see these. These concepts are not new. And my boy Skills, he can attest to this. This is nothing new. A lot of these concepts that you're seeing right now on the defensive side of the ball, Rex Ryan helped create this. He helped create this type of defense. And everyone hates this guy. I want him as a defensive coach, defensive coordinator. Look, people, I've heard all types of stuff. I'm not here to sway you on Rex Ryan. I'm not here to sway you on Rex Ryan. But I'm telling you, man, we got to stop with these knockoffs. We want to get a knockoff Rex Ryan. We want to get a knockoff Bill Belichick, but we don't want the real thing. Come on, dog. I don't want the knockoffs. I want the real thing. If the real thing is going to get me championships, give me the real deal, dog. All right, and that's the facts. That's the fact, Skills. There's a lot of people who love to talk crap, but when someone is like them and does it even better, oh, they hate it. Woo, they hate it. They hate people who talk just like them and who can do it better than them. If you can talk more smack than a smack talker, oh, man, 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 man. Oh, they'll hate you. Ooh, they will hate you. They hate when the smack talkers talk better smack than smack talkers. And that's what Rex does. He pisses people off. Why? Because he gets results. And he does it well. And the fact of the matter is just like this skill, people are scared of Rex Ryan. They're scared of his success. They're scared of him dominating. They're scared of the idea of him coming in and pissing off fans, saying, the hell with you fans, I know what I'm doing. Because a lot of Falcons fans, a lot of fans in the NFL, oh, the coach don't know what he's doing. Let's trade Julio. Let's trade this guy. Let's trade this guy. I don't like this guy starting. I want you to sign this person, that person. Good. This guy has done more with less than any coach that I'm just going to be honest. Rex Ryan, if you look at the history and his defenses, especially in New York, this dude did with more. He did more with less talent than any defensive coach I've ever seen. And I'm just being honest. That I've ever seen, Rex Ryan has done more with less talent than I have ever seen in my life. Coaches are afraid of Rex Ryan. Fans are afraid of Rex Ryan. They're afraid that he come in and he's gonna turn everything around. And then he's gonna look in your face and say, "Ha ha, bitches! Guess what? I told you I would do it. I told you my system was that damn good. I told you." And he's gonna laugh and he's gonna smirk. That's what people are afraid of. That's what they're afraid of. They're afraid of Rex Ryan saying, "Guess what? I told y'all. I told you it would work. I told you I was the shit." That's what you're afraid of. That's why people are afraid of Rex Ryan. They're afraid of the "I told you" aspect of Rex Ryan. And see, this is what I'm talking about. That's exactly why I made the poll earlier today. Fell right into the trap. Fell right into A lot of people fell right into it. I just don't like him. He talk too much. He's too cocky. I don't care. People love Deion Sanders because he talks too much. People love Jalen Ramsey because he talks too much. But as long as this dude is balling, who cares? As long as he's getting results, who cares? People hated T.O. They didn't hate T.O. because he talked too much. People hated T.O. because he talked that crap and he backed it up on the field. People hated T.O. because they could not stop him from talking. They could not stop T.O. from doing T.O. things. T.O. is one of the most underrated receivers in the history of the game. People hate people who come in the league, talk crap, and they get it done. People hate it. They hate it, bruh. And this is another thing that baffles me. Rex Ryan, he's better off as a defensive coordinator than a head coach. Well, let me ask you guys this: if your job came to you and said, "Guess what? I really like the way you do numbers. You're a great head coach. You're great at numbers. You're great at what you do. But I don't know if I want to pay you, you know, what you're worth. I'm just going to give you $7 an hour. How about that? You do a great job though. I'm just going to give you $7 an hour, and I'm going to keep you as a cashier. You make me a lot of money though. You win me a lot. You make me a lot of money. You great at what you do, but I'm not going to give you a raise. How about that? How about that? You think Rex Ryan is going to take anything less than a head coach, and he's great at what he does? Get out of here with that, dog. Get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. Why would anyone take less than what he's worth? No one in this world would take less than what they're worth. So why would you expect Rex Ryan to do so? Why would you expect Julio Jones and Matt Ryan to take less than what he's worth? Kyle Shanahan, a brilliant play caller. Why in the hell was he not happy here in Atlanta? Because he has bigger dreams and he believes that he is a great head coach. So he left Atlanta after getting to a Super Bowl because he wanted more. But we want Rex Ryan and all these other guys who has the resume of being great, not okay, not okay, great. You want him to take a defensive coordinator position because you don't want or you don't like him. You got to make sacrifices. You got to make sacrifices to get what you want. To succeed in life, to succeed in football, to succeed in sports. Got to make sacrifices. You can't continue to stay safe. This is why the Falcons are so damn soft right now. Because we're so freaking soft. We want the pretty, prissy guys who want to score 35 points a game. We want 35 points a game, but we don't want a defense. We don't want to be mean. We want to throw 4,000 yards, 5,000 yards. This is what we want, Falcons fans. We don't want to be mean. We want to be pretty. Come on, get out of here with this, man. Falcons fans, you soft. I just hate to say it, but a lot of Falcons fans are just soft. Soft and safe. If you want to succeed, you got to take chances. And this is another thing, too. Someone just brought this up. J Tuff just brought up another point. We love to praise Kyle Shanahan for what he's doing right now and for what he did in 2026. But does anybody remember 2015? Does anybody remember him getting fired by his own daddy, okay? The man got fired by his own daddy. Said, oh, hell no, you about to get me ran out of Washington. You got to go, Kyle. Yep, his own daddy did it to him. His own daddy ran him out of Washington. The quarterback killer. His own daddy ran him out of Washington. Remember that? No, of course you don't, because he's 8-0 right now. Of course you don't. I wanted him gone after the first year. Just going to be real. Matt Ryan's worst year, 2015, people just tend to forget that. The man got ran off by his own daddy, bro. Kyle Shanahan got ran off by his own daddy. His daddy said, hell no, bro. You got to go. You go to Houston with my boy Gary Kubiak. You go down there. It's too hot up here for you. But people forget about that. They want to remember all the good times, but forget about when it's bad, it's bad. Kyle Shanahan was absolutely terrible. Julio Jones had almost, 140 receptions? His first year, offense was doing absolutely nothing. Matt Ryan, worst year as a quarterback. Bad, bad, bad. We forget all about that. Not to say that Kyle Shanahan isn't a great play caller. He's a great play caller. But he needs the right players to make everything work. And right now, you just look at his offense. His offense is not that great. Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers offense is not that great. Look at the numbers. Don't look at the highlights. All people see is 4 touchdowns for Tevin Coleman. But they don't look at the entire picture. Where the offense ranks? This man has 1,800 yards, 13 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. We're talking about a $127 million quarterback. 13 touchdowns and 7 interceptions. Kyle Shanahan's quarterbacks, with the exception of Matt Ryan, all has never, ever had a 4,000 yards passing season. Ever. And this guy's supposed to be an offensive guru. He's a great play caller, but he's a guru? You want to make him our head coach? Come on, people. We got to do the research. We gotta do the research. We gotta look at the film. Stop reading into these highlights. Stop reading into the overall score, the overall records. And I'm not hating on the 49ers. They doing great right now. But these are the facts. This is why the Falcons in the past have been 13-3, 12-4. You know what I'm saying? And get bounced off in the first round, second round of the playoffs. After big time years, offensive numbers. Like we think this team is going to the Super Bowl and we get bounced out. After going 12-4, 13-3. This is the reason why this happens. Because we don't look at the facts and we don't do enough of homework and we look at the stats that ESPN provides for us and we think that's what our defense is. And this is going to hurt a lot of people's feelings when I say this too. Falcons fans, the Atlanta Falcons in 2016 was not that good. The Atlanta Falcons in 2016 was an anomaly. We were not that good. I hate to break it to you. I hate to hurt your feelings. And we're seeing exactly that. We played some bad teams, got some bounces, and we just got hot at the right time. And Rodgers got hot at the right. He got hurt. Green Bay was hurt. A lot of the players were hurt. Like we really got lucky. And I'm a Falcons fan, but I'm a realist, dog. We weren't that good to begin with. We needed to build a defense and completely build the roster. But making it to the Super Bowl created a false hope to the Atlanta Falcons organization. Made Thomas Dimitroff think he was a great GM. That he created a Super Bowl contender in less than a couple years. It created this false hope of this false idea that we were a Super Bowl contender. And we weren't. We were a playoff team. We weren't a Super Bowl contender in 2016. That's what we were not that good to begin with. A defense full of rookies. Keanu Neal, Deion Jones, second-year player in Vic Beasley and Grady Jarrett. Bro, that's not a recipe for success for the long term. You're not going to make it to the Super Bowl. These guys are going to these guys are going to get exposed. But too bad for us, we got exposed in the Super Bowl. We weren't that good to begin with. Matt Ryan, when you have a quarterback playing on MVP level, it has a ton of deficiencies. And when you have a coach like a Bill Belichick, who does a great job of finding what you do not do well, that's how you lose 28-3 in the Super Bowl. Because you weren't that good to begin with. And I know this might hurt a lot of Falcons fans' feelings. What's good, Daniel? Christopher? I know this is gonna hurt a lot of Falcons fans' feelings. We really thought that we was just that good. We had one of the best rosters in the league. And yeah, we do have a lot of talented guys. But these guys still needed to develop. We see now that Devondre Campbell is not who we thought he was. That he wasn't. That good of a linebacker. coming out of college. One of his weaknesses is that he was not a very smart linebacker. You guys can go see this. You guys can go see this for yourself. All of this is in the scouting reports. Everything is right there for you to see. And he right, Scales, you right. 23 is when you completely too soft. In order to win and have a great defense, you have to have a mentality of attacking. You can't just let teams get 3 yards here. You got to make these guys work for every freaking yard. And what Rex Ryan does with his DBs, he plays man to man, bump press. Beat me if you can. I dare you. You can't win championships 5 yard playing 5 yards away from the receiver, giving them the 5 yards, easy throws. And Cody, that's another great point. 2017 defense, the only thing that they did well was prevent teams from scoring. That's about it. Those guys gave up so many freaking yards. It's absolutely ridiculous. And we have Falcons fans that truly believe that was the best. That was a top 10. Like, come on, get out of here, dude. It was not. This is real. That Falcons defense was not. 2017 defense was not a top 10 defense. A top 15. It wasn't. We gave up so many yards. But they did a great job of stopping teams from scoring. Could have went to the Super Bowl with that. Yes, you could have. But the offense struggled. A same thing with those long developing plays and poor offensive line and play calling. We weren't that good to begin with. And that's just the fact of the matter. I really did not like. I really don't like to just come out and just call fans out a lot of times, man, because like a lot of you guys just don't know, man. It's really that simple. A lot of you guys just don't know. You legitimately don't know. And a lot of people don't have time to sit back and do 5 hours of research like myself and a lot of guys do. But it's just the fact of the matter. You're not getting the right information from people. That Falcons 2017 defense was not that. It wasn't a top team. It wasn't by a long shot. Devondre Campbell starting. Look, man, this is what's wrong. To be honest, man, the only reason why I believe that Devondre Campbell is still starting with this team because there's a lack of size. Yep, that's it. It's just a lack of size up front, particularly with the linebackers. He's the biggest guy. You need a big defensive. You need a big linebacker, and that's probably the only reason why he's still starting, still in the starting line. And Dan Quinn absolutely refuses to bench him because there's a lack of size up front. The trend is changing. Remember what I said about this? New concepts, nothing is new. Yeah, that's not a new concept. Bigger linebackers get it done. When teams start to run the ball more, you need bigger linebackers. You need bigger defensive linemen. And having small linebackers who can't get off the block, you get gashed. And that's the Atlanta Falcons for the last couple of years. And that's one of the reasons why Devondre Campbell is still in the starting lineup. Yep. This is one of the reasons. So the Falcons have to get bigger. They have to get smarter and abandon this stupid idea of fast and physical, especially with lighter players. And honestly, I've seen instances where Deion Jones is doing great, and then he falls back, he struggles, he misses a tackle, easy tackle. Those things happen, so I'm not gonna be too difficult, too hard on Deion Jones for that. But Foyer Olakun, in my eyes, I really believe that he deserves more. More. That's a great point, Skills. I really think Foyer Olakun deserves more time. Cause goddamn it, anybody got to be better than Devondre Campbell at this time. Now come on, somebody got to be better than him. Some Devondre Campbell. As far as Deus or not, I've said this before. At this point, I just think, and I have very little to back this up, but it's just a theory of mine. I don't think Deus Not was ever a Dan Quinn guy. I think he was a Thomas Dimitrov pick, and Deus Not is the odd guy. He's the guy that has to suffer for this because Thomas Dimitrov and Dan Quinn can't get on the same page as far as the type of players that he wants. That's why you still have Quadri Olison has yet to play a snap. You know what I'm saying? Not one freaking snap all year. But you drafted him. You know what I'm saying? That's like I don't I don't know what's like it's for me. I truly believe that Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitrov just has some. I don't know what the issue is, but Denis Sanat is like he hasn't been traded. DQ absolutely refuses to play him for whatever reason. I don't know. Clearly, there's some type of miss. I just don't know if he's a Dan Quinn guy. If you look at Dan Quinn, I just don't believe Denis Sanat is that guy. Especially when you bring in Tyler Davidson. What good is he? Why is he still on the roster? I don't get it. The guy has yet to play a game this year. Why? I don't get it. So there's clearly some type of back and forth, petty type of issue with Dan Quinn and Thomas Dimitrov. These guys are clearly not on the same page as far as players are concerned. Clearly not on the same page. And you can look at the roster from top to bottom. And you can say to yourself, like, why isn't this guy getting playing time? This is not getting playing time. Jordan Miller is not getting any playing time. Quadri Olison. Like, so many guys on this roster not getting any playing time. Even in trash in games against the Houston Texans, where we're getting blown out, a lot of guys still not getting playing time. Like, what? Why is that? That's a major concern in my eyes. That's a major concern in my eyes. It's alarming. And now we're saying that Dirk Carter he wants to commit to the run. We're sitting up at 1-7. This dude talking about committing to the run. Like, man, get your dumb. This is the type of language that makes me want to smack a beast. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to commit to the run. Like, what? Why the hell did you go out and draft two offensive linemen? Sign all these tight ends, running backs, and now you want to talk about? You want to commit to the run? Like, what? Now you want to run concepts that get the ball out of the quarterback's hands? Like, what? The Falcons have a huge problem trying to commit to an identity. And when you don't commit to an identity, there's clearly a lack of focus. There's a lack of focus with the D, with the head coach, and the general manager. These guys cannot get on the same page. We don't know if we're a running team. We don't know if we're a passing team. You got running format. You have a team that is set up to be a running team, but you're passing more than you're running. Like, this is the type of stuff. The defense don't know if they want to be a blitzing team. This is a clear, the Falcons, and I'm not saying that Thomas Dimitroff is some, horrible GM. But there's clearly a lack of identity with this Atlanta Falcons team. And this is why we're sitting at 1-7. Not because there's a lack of talent. These guys have the talent. But when you don't have an identity, you don't know what you're going to do. This is why you are sitting at 1-7. Matty Ghost, appreciate the $5 donation, man. Super chat, I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it, dog. I think we will have more wins next year with draft picks and new front office, a total wipeout. Man, Mike, look, man. I'll say this about the idea of a total new front office. I say this, a total wipeout. I say this about that. And one of the reasons why I am not necessarily against it, I'm thinking more about what Arthur Blank has. Arthur Blank, for one, he just paid Julio Jones and Matt Ryan about $200 million, okay? These dudes just got paid. Do you think Matt Ryan is going to sit back and just say, yes, sir? Bring in a new front office. Bring in a brand new rookie head coach. Bring in a brand new staff again. And I'm just going to lose. We're just going to be fine with losing for the next 2 years. Nah, bruh. I just don't think that Arthur Blank was just going to sit back and lose on purpose, dog. I just don't think the Falcons are going to do that. I can see a total retool, not necessarily a total retool, but I think the Falcons are still young enough where they can, have a 2-year retooling process because you have Dion, have Tack, Grady, have True Fun, you have Isaiah Oliver, you have some young guys in the secondary. Get a couple of linemen here and there, a veteran safety, a veteran linebacker, and you can pretty much retool and get this team back into contention within a year or two. So I don't think that a rebuild is necessary unless that's what Arthur Blank and Mr. Blank does. And him being a businessman, I just can't see him just saying, screw everything. This dude is almost 80 years old. I don't think he wants to wait 5 more years to be a contender. I can't see him being that. Especially he done paid what, over $1 billion, nearly $1 billion of his own money to build a stadium. He's just gonna wait. Nah, man, this dude got bills to pay. He got bills to pay. He got people to pay, and he has minority owners that he has to satisfy, or those guys won't help him. So I don't necessarily think um, that's something that he would want to do is totally rebuild. Retool, maybe. I think retool is more likely, but I'm not sure about the rebuild situation. And yes, let me say this about Thomas Dimitrov. I think he's given us a ton of talent. All right, he's one of the reasons why we have the best receiver in the game, and Julio Jones. He went up to get Julio, Matt Ryan, Jake Matthews, Devontae Freeman, Grady Jarrett, Deion Jones, Keanu Neal before all the injuries, Desmond Trufant. He drafted Trufant like all these guys. He drafted a hell of a lot of talent. But it's still up to coaches to develop talent and the players to want to do well. Still up to the players. So I wouldn't necessarily say it's all Thomas Dimitrov. He gave us nothing to work with. But I still think that they built the defense the incorrect way. They tried the Seattle approach where drafting a bunch of defensive backs, and then they will worry about the defensive line later. I think that was the wrong way to build this defense. And that's what's getting the Atlanta Falcons right now. So now we have to focus on building, getting more depth with the defensive line, and the Falcons will be right back into things. But it's all about the proper depth. You're not getting consistency from Grady Jarrett. I know Grady Jarrett is a great player, but you're not getting the consistency that I would like from a Grady Jarrett. Not to say that he's inconsistent, but he's not getting the consistency that I would like personally. You're not getting it from Tack. You're not getting anything from Tack consistency wise. Vic Beasley, he's had his issues with consistency. But outside those guys, we have nothing behind them. Nothing. After a career year, Jack Crawford has given us absolutely nothing. Agent Claiborne is old. So it's to the point where no, you just have to be a more depth. Younger, a more physical players up front. And that's what the Falcons have to do. All right, so I appreciate everybody for tuning in, man. Again, man, I always go over with these live. Um, but again, I appreciate everybody for for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, man, please tell your friends about this channel, man. Positive Atlanta Falcons content. You guys can come here, talk plenty of shit. All right, I'm cool with that. Call me out, say this, say that. That's all good, man. Respect each other's opinion. And that's all I got to say about that. Y'all be safe out there. But your boy, man, Mike is out, man. Peace.